Nearly 24 hours after a house explosion in Lake Dallas, neighbors are still feeling uneasy about it, wondering the cause.
A Texas death row inmate makes a last-minute appeal in light of a new confession in a 2008 double murder case in Garland. Is it enough to stop his execution? Also, budget problems forcing the University of North Texas to make some major program changes. But first, a WFAA weather alert day with temperatures expected to reach into the 90s. And so we start with Chief Meteorologist Pete Delkus.
Well, good evening, everyone. Yes, it will feel more like summertime here in North Texas this weekend. We have WFAA weather alert days in effect for Saturday and Sunday. The impact, it's either going to be near record high temps or record high temps and an increasing wildfire risk this weekend. Please stay up to date on the forecast. Drink plenty of water. Stay cool. Download WFAA Plus to your TV. It's 88 degrees outside right now at Reunion Tower, downtown Dallas. Lots of sunshine. South winds at 9, 89 in Fort Worth, 92 in Mineral Wells. It's 101 out in Haskell, 94 Wichita Falls and Archer City. Same thing in Albany, Breckenridge, and Abilene. 86 in Canton, 84 in Tyler, 88 in Corsicana, 86 in McKinney, and 87 in Denton. I have clear skies across North Texas and across the entire state. It will be a hot weekend, not a record high tomorrow, but we'll be kind of close. The record tomorrow, 100. I'm going 94. The record on Sunday is 93. My forecast is 95. So near record to record heat this weekend, and then a cool down next week and even a little rain on the horizon. My 14-day forecast coming up.
And a reminder for everybody, WFAA Plus is your destination for weather updates when you need them anytime. You can look at the live radar there at all times and get real-time updates on temperatures where you live. And again, you can do that anytime. WFAA Plus is totally free to download straight to your smart TV. Let's get you to a developing story right now. Fear continues to mount in a Denton County neighborhood after a home exploded, injuring a woman. That blast not far from where construction crews ruptured 2 gas lines earlier in the week. This has all been unfolding in the town of Lake Dallas. Our Tiffany Liu has the latest from investigators tonight.
And it just looks like almost like a war zone.
Ivan Alvarez and his family live in Lake Dallas.
My sister lives across the street. That video she took was from that house across the street.
This video is from his sister's backyard.
And there was a loud explosion and we felt it all the way down the block.
A home around the corner on Mosley Street exploded
And it felt like an earthquake.
and caught fire Thursday night, leaving a woman injured.
A lot of smoke, a lot of EMS, emergency personnel.
Several homes were evacuated, including Ivan's.
They told us we couldn't come back. And so we've been staying at a hotel.
Atmos Energy says they turned off natural gas in the area to investigate. And right now, neighbors still don't know why the explosion happened.
And that's the scary part. My understanding is last night, they found a few leaks, they started fixing them, and they thought, okay, we got it all. And then early this morning, they found some additional leaks.
What neighbors do know,
it's pretty scary.
there are previous gas leak concerns.
We have 3 kids at this elementary school right here that they had evacuated them outside of the school Tuesday.
That problem was only half a mile away when construction crews hit 2 gas lines. It was resolved quickly. Atmos has not told us if the incidents are connected.
Just worried.
As a mom of 4, Stephanie Trinidad is restless,
So it's been a long night.
wanting to know the cause of this explosion.
Our kids' safety is our #1 priority.
Atmos now says the local schools were checked and are safe from gas leaks. Ivan and most neighbors can return home too.
Well, absolutely, it's a wake-up call.
But his feeling remains uneasy. In Lake Dallas, I'm Tiffany Liu.
Right now, the Dallas County Sheriff's Office is investigating a deadly collision between a train and an SUV this afternoon. It happened around 12:30 today at Lavender and Miller Ferry Roads in Wilmer. Our Cole Sullivan is on the scene there, where family members of the victim have been watching the investigation unfold for hours.
Family members tell me Norman Farmer was leaving on his lunch break from his work just across the tracks when that train hit him. Officers say it threw him from his SUV, and you can see the damage here. The Escalade tossed to the side of the ditch, crews working to get it towed away. Those family members say Norman leaves behind kids and grandkids, and they say his nephew, who worked with him, was one of the first on the scene.
For something this to happen just that quick, you still trying to process. And you don't question God, and I'm not questioning him, but it's just the fact that this should never have happened.
Union Pacific says the train crew was not hurt in this incident. Family members say they don't think it should have happened in the first place. The changes they want to see at this crossing coming up tonight at 10. For now, in Wilmer, I'm Cole Sullivan.
With just 42 days until his execution, a Texas death row inmate is now making a last-minute appeal. We're talking about James Broadnax, who just filed that appeal featuring a signed confession from his cousin and co-defendant stating that he, not Broadnax, is responsible for the planned robbery and deadly shooting of 2 Garland men back in 2008. Senior crime and justice reporter Rebecca Lopez has been following this case from the very beginning and brings us the new questions tonight.
Well, Garland police are investigating a double murder this morning.
James Broadnax was 19 years old when he and his cousin Demarius Cummings robbed and killed Stephen Swan and Matthew Butler outside a Garland Christian recording studio in 2008. Both were convicted of capital murder. Cummings got a life sentence. Broadnax got the death penalty. In an interview with me just days after his arrest, Broadnax bragged about being the shooter.
I needed money, I needed a car.
He showed no remorse.
You have no remorse that you took 2 lives and killed these men who had families and wives and loved ones that cared about him and were good Christian guys? You don't care?
Do it look like I got remorse?
In a separate interview, Cummings told me Broadnax was also the shooter. He says the men were out to rob someone that night. They realized after the killings, the victims had only $2 in their wallets combined.
Like, man, just $2, I said the same thing, $2. Over $2.
But now, just weeks before Broadnax's scheduled execution, Cummings is changing his story. In a sworn statement, Cummings says he pulled the trigger. I persuaded James to take the blame for shooting the 2 victims. In fact, I was the one who shot the 2 victims, not James. Now, Broadnax's case is getting national attention, not just because of the new confession, but because prosecutors used his handwritten rap lyrics during the punishment phase to argue he was a future danger. Coming to his defense are high-profile rappers like Travis Scott. Scott wrote a brief saying a death sentence based in any part on protected artistic expression is a violation of the First Amendment. The Dallas District Attorney's Office says our office will do its due diligence and respond to this motion. And under Texas law, even if Broadnax did not fire the gun, he can still be held equally responsible for the murders and be executed for the crimes. In Dallas, I'm Rebecca Lopez.